Assalamu alaikum. I am Sanjila Hanam and this is Psychology Basic English Intermediate Lectures of Psychology. In the previous video, we talked about psychology as science of soul. Today we will discuss the second approach, psychology as science of mind. Now, what is mind? Mind is a cumulative state of our all feelings, emotions, motivations, conscious and unconscious state. When an individual reacts to the environment, he reacts according to his mental state. First of all, we will discuss about Greek philosophers who discussed mind as identical to the soul. Plato was the first who used the word mind for psychology, and then comes Aristotle, who said that psychology is study of mind, and the mind is a function of our body, and it is superior to the body. In 17th century, John Locke rejected the notion that mind and soul are identical. Rather, he said that they both are different entities. He gave his famous concept of tabula rasa, which means blank sheet. According to this concept, when an individual is born, his mind is like a blank paper, a blank sheet. And with the passage of time, the environmental stimuli imprint different sensation experiences on it. At birth, it has no ideas, and with time, it analyzes the sensory experiences received from the environment and organizes them, analyzes them, and thus the learning process continues. In 18th century, it was suggested that if we talk about in 18th century, mind was equated with mental processes because mind in itself is nothing. So it was said that if we call psychology as science of mental processes, it will be a better definition. So they defined three aspects of mental processes. Number one, cognition. They said that each mental process has these three aspects or parts. Cognition means to know something, to gain some knowledge, to learn some skill. The second aspect of mental process is connection. Connection is the will to perform some behavior, to do something, to perform something, to respond to the environmental stimuli. And the third one is affective part, which is includes our feelings. For example, if you attended a party yesterday with your friends, whether you enjoyed there or not, it was your feeling, your affective part of your mental process. So all the three processes make a mental process complete. Then we see that in the 19th century, the scientific study of psychology was started when Wundt in 1879 established the first lab. Wundt also defined psychology as science of mind, and he used the method of introspection to study the mental process of the organisms or in the individual. Introspection is basically the examination of one's own mental processes, and an individual examines his own mental state and then reports it. We will discuss it in some other video in detail. Then we see that Fisher was the one who worked a lot with Wundt. He also defined psychology as science of mental processes. So after discussing about the historical background of definition of psychology as a science of mind, now we will discuss something about what is mind. There are three levels of mind according to psychology. Three levels of mind. Number one is conscious. Conscious is the mental content of which we are aware of currently. For example, you are watching this video, it is your consciousness currently aware of. Number two is subconscious. When mental contents leave the conscious, they move to the subconscious. For example, the initial part of this video is now in your subconscious. According to psychologists, these subconscious material give colors to life because all our memories, all our material which are present in our mind, they are all present in subconscious. Although it is not accessible immediately, but with effort, this material can be retrieved. The third and major level or part of the mind is unconscious. That is consists of forgotten memories, repressed wishes, all unimportant things that you do not need at the time. They all go to your unconscious. Now, the very important thing about unconscious is that it is unaccessible. We cannot access it or retrieve the material in it according to our wish. Only some psychotherapies like psychoanalysis are used to retrieve this material because there is the idea that this material causes mental disturbance or some kind of problem. So sometimes it is necessary to unravel it. So that's why different psychotherapies are used. Now, after the levels of the mind, we will talk about characteristics of mind. Characteristics of mind. Mind is active, sensitive to environmental stimuli. It is a continuous process. It works non-stop. It undergoes mental state undergoes various changes, changeable. And the most important quality of our mind or mental process is that it is subjective. The mental process of every individual is private, personal. We cannot access other person's mental state, or the other person cannot understand our mental state. That's why introspection method of examining one's own mental processes was introduced by Wundt, but the method was also not very much scientific and very much reliable. Still, it is used with in collaboration with other methods of research. So, if we define psychology as science of mind, there are some objections. Like soul, mind is also immaterial. It is continuous, so it cannot be examined or verified. Its states cannot be verified. It, it limits the scope of psychology. It excludes babies, animals, and mentally ill patients from the scope of psychology. So that's why the psychologists, with the passage of time, trying to improve the definition of psychology. But still, if we define psychology as science of mental process, it makes a major portion of our discipline. So, in the next video, we will talk about the psychology as science of consciousness. Hopefully, you find it helpful. If so, please like and share the video. Thanks for watching.